Thank you so much for giving me some time to talk with you today. Before I start with what I came here to talk with you about, I want to ask you, how many of you had anything to do with the awesome garden that's outside, the vegetable garden? If you haven't seen it, you have to. It's phenomenal. All of you have been working on that have done a terrific, terrific job. Can I see hands? Somebody needs to tell me what's in that garden. I saw the tomato plants look really, really good. I have some tomato plants at my house, and they don't look anywhere near as good as those look. So whatever you're doing it the right way. Let's see, somebody else. What else? Chinese eggplant? You think that's going to be good? I do too, because it all looks very, very good. Something else? Carrots? You're growing carrots? You're growing lots and lots of good things. It looks very good. And from what I understand, you're all having a lot of fun here at the Green School. I'm hearing about sailing. I know you're doing dancing. I know you're doing foosball. You're doing lots and lots of things. You're doing swimming too, lots of things.
Sailing.
It's been really, really hot. Last week it was really, really hot. I want to see hands, and I'm going to ask questions of people. Can you tell me what happens when it gets really hot? What do you do when it gets really, really hot? Yes?
You would get refreshed if you jump into the pool.
You would get refreshed if what?
If you jump into the pool.
If you jump into the pool. That's a great idea. If you have a pool, you can get refreshed if you jump into the pool.
If you take a shower.
If you take a shower because you're getting really, really hot. Why would you want to take a shower if it's really, really hot? What is it about your body that you want to take care of when it gets really, really hot? I think I called on you before. Somebody I haven't called on. Yes, young lady. Your skin to dry out. But what does your skin do when it's really, really hot? Like this morning when I went out and got my car was really, really hot. And so right away my body started to do something. What does your body start to do when it's hot? Your skin gets dry? How does it get dry? Yes, young man. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What happens to your body when it gets really hot? What does it do? How many think he's right, that it makes your body sweat when it's hot? How many think he's wrong? No, he's right. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what happens. All right, let me ask you about what happens when your body sweats. When your body sweats, does it sweat water?
Yeah.
So what do you think you have to put back in your body?
Water.
Okay, I want to see the hands of everybody who thinks when you sweat soda. Anybody here sweat soda? Oh, I don't want to see any hands up. You don't sweat soda, so you don't need to put soda back in your body. If you're sweating water, that's what you need to put back in your body. Now, who can tell me what they think this is? Oh, I hear a lot of answers. I think this is sugar. Do you think this is sugar? You're absolutely right. Do you think that's a lot of sugar?
Yes.
All right. Raise your hand if you know what a teaspoon is. What do you eat with a teaspoon? I called on you already. Yes. Cereal. That's a very good answer. Cereal. Ice cream. You might eat ice cream. Soup. All right. So you know what a teaspoon is. Everybody listen. You know what a teaspoon is. I want to see hands for guesses of how many teaspoons of sugar is in this container. Yes. How many teaspoons of sugar is in this container? 7? You think 7? Lots more. 9? Lots more than 9. Somebody I haven't called on. Yes. Good and loud? 10? Lots more. Anybody else? Yes. Less than 100. Yes. I'm sorry, please. 20, more than 20. More than 20, less than 100. 30, more than 30. 50, very, very, very close. There are actually 53 teaspoons of sugar in this container. That's a lot of sugar, isn't it?
53.
Now let me show you something. How many teaspoons of sugar do you think are in this bottle of soda? And I'm going to take one guess. 23?
No.
How many teaspoons of sugar are in this container? You said 53. How many teaspoons of sugar are in this bottle of soda? 53. There are 53 teaspoons of sugar in this bottle of soda. If we put this much sugar in that much water, you would not be able to drink it because it would be so sweet. Bless you. But the people who make soda put chemicals in it so you don't taste the sugar so much. Is sugar good for you or bad for you? Well, you all got that one right. That's great. Sugar is not good for you at all. Instead of soda and beverages that have lots of sugar in them, what we'd like to see you do is to drink something like water or milk. These are things that are always good for you and help to quench your thirst. Quench means if you're thirsty and you drink something and you're not thirsty anymore, then it's quenched your thirst. The other thing that we might suggest is, if you like the bubbles that are in soda, you can have the grown-ups at home buy something called seltzer water. It's flavored, it's got bubbles in it, and it has no sugar in it at all. And it's a lot less expensive than soda. Now that I've done all that running around, let me explain to you a little bit about what we're here to do. We will be at the end of the day when you leave and the grown-ups come to pick you up or you go back on your buses. We're going to give you a sheet of paper, one for each student. That's called, it's a soda-free summer pledge. What we're asking you to do is start thinking about the amount of soda and sugar-sweetened beverages that you drink, and think about this summer maybe cutting down on the amount of soda that you drink. Let me ask you a question, and I'm not even going to look. I'm going to cover my eyes. How many of you drink soda every single day? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Okay, put your soda not good for you at all because of the amount of sugar in that, in the soda. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to take these papers home. You can sign them and put them on your refrigerator as a reminder to either cut down or even better, cut out on soda and sugar-sweetened beverages during the summer and beyond would be even better. We've also got a couple of sheets of paper that we're going to send home with you to give to your grown-ups to talk about the other kinds of beverages that you can buy that are less expensive and much better for you. Now, what's wrong with sugar? What's bad about sugar? What can sugar do to you? Yes? It makes what, please? It makes you hyper. Sure, it can do that. What about for something inside of your mouth? What is it doing for something inside of your mouth that's really not good? It gives you cavities, and we all know what those are. That means your teeth are kind of falling away. They're kind of decaying away and not good for you. Well, we have a surprise for you today. We have a very special guest who knows all about cutting out sugar altogether. And if you look to the stage, the center stage, I would like to introduce to you our special guest. Can we all say hi and welcome our special guest? Everybody listen, because I want to ask Mr. Tooth a couple of questions. Do you drink soda? Oh my gosh, he thinks that's terrible because he's hiding. That's just so bad. Mr. Tooth knows that soda is very bad for him. Terrible, awful. Boy, he really doesn't like soda. And he knows what's good for him. Mr. Tooth, do you brush your teeth? Or better yet, do you brush yourself? How many times a day do you brush yourself? Sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. So he brushes his teeth a lot. I'm guessing he brushes his teeth after every meal. Is that correct? Very good. All right, if you want to keep your teeth as white, but not necessarily as big as Mr. Tooth, you're really going to want to cut down on that soda. And other sweets too, like candy and chips and candy bars and things like that. Mr. Tooth knows how to take care of himself because look how nice and white he is. Can we thank Mr. Tooth for coming by applauding? Now, before we leave, we're going to have a mini contest, which means that's a little bit of a contest. I want to see, with hands and no saying out loud until I call on you, does anybody know who Mr. Tooth is on the inside? And I'm talking about a person that you all know. Let's go way over there. Do you know?
I forgot.
You don't know. Okay. Do you know? Who do you think? No? No? No?
Mr. Brown.
What's Mr. Brown's first name?
I don't know.
I need the first name.
Yeah.
It's Eric.
You think it's Eric? Come with me.
No, it's
All right, you can go right up on the stage. Stand right next to the two. What is your name?
Devin.
Devin? Okay, Devin thinks the tooth is Eric. How many agree? How many disagree? All right, now comes the big unveiling to see if Devin is right. Oh, Devin, you can come over and you can help. Congratulations. Good job. That was awesome. Let's thank Eric once again.